One of the danger spots in any college football season. Ranked team against unranked opponent. And we'll see if the upset can shake up the rankings in this one. Welcome to the banks of the Mississippi River. Simmons Bank Liberty Stadium in Memphis, home to the Memphis Tigers. As we'll see a squad from the Pac-12, the UCLA Bruins, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the Memphis Tigers. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollack with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. Memphis ready to kick it off and get things started. He's going to take a chance from midway in his end zone. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Offense in a bunch formation. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Got the first down and still on his feet. Knocked down at the 26 after ripping off 10 there. You think about the long list of great UCLA running backs. You know, people forget Jackie Robinson was a UCLA running back.
And Jackie also started safety for UCLA. He started both ways. Just think about how good of an athlete you have to be to do that. But the tradition, the uniforms, the Rose Bowl, everything about UCLA just smells good.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
The Bruins with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Caught behind the line. It's Connors. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Nice job, defense. You always hear people talk about tackling the catch. You saw it right there. There was nowhere for that receiver to go once he had possession. As a result, no gain.
He's got him. And he'll go down, but he has enough for the first down. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct.
Breaks into the open. This defense giving up ground as he's finally knocked down at the 26.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
They'll go to the ground. Blast his way ahead, but not much room. A pickup of 1 to the 24. Guys, let's take a minute here and think about UCLA. Really interesting matchup here. It's always fun when the top two teams in the conference get to square off in the regular season. With all the expansion, it's become a little bit of a rarity, hasn't it?
It has. Obviously, there's so many teams in each conference, but head-to-head still very much matters. So if you're sitting, obviously, at the top like these teams are, the head-to-head this day will really matter down the road.
Yeah, this was a game we circled way back in the preseason, expecting these two teams to be as good as they are. And now we get to find out who's the best in conference. Both these teams relishing this opportunity to show not only their opponent, but the rest of the conference who the top dog is.
They go to the Wildcat here, looking to take advantage of that extra blocker. Direct snap. He'll take it himself. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance?
Throw to the end zone. It's picked off. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
What What a start by this defense. That is exactly what you need, man. They've been a little bit hit or miss. They've been a little bit up and down. But to start the game on a high note, get the good mojo going, great start for this defense.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Find some space, enough to get 5 to the 22. Let's take a minute here and talk a little Memphis. They've jumped to the top of the conference standings. Now the trick is finding a way to stay there.
Well, and that's your goal to start the season. It's always about the conference first. It's not about the national championship picture. So great job taking care of business within the conference, Jesse, but a lot of meat still left on the schedule.
Yeah, and remember, conference championships mean a lot because the way the college football playoff is set up, if you're winning your conference championship, you're probably in the playoff discussion. So they've got a lot of games ahead. They're in that prime spot right now inside their conference. They've got to keep playing well.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to fire. Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. Short throw to the sideline is complete, and he's out of bounds after picking up a couple.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
They'll try to move the chains on the ground. And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a first down. The Tigers are marching down the field. Wants to throw on first down. Shoots it to the left. He's got it. He'll go out of bounds inside the 40. They'll mark it at the 39. Memphis coming to the line with a fresh set of downs. Quarterback may change this route. Off play action on first down. Fires to the wideout. He's got an open man. And he got enough for the first down, but somebody put the hit stick upside his head. They've got it 1st and 10 from the 25.
Now, you've seen the evolution of these slot receivers. They're just matchup nightmares. They're hard to get your hand on. A lot of times, they're off the football. You can't jam them. These guys are so productive, and offenses really feature their best players most time in those slot positions. And a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses, too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the second. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Back open in the middle. He gets it so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. They were really hopeful he could make a guy or two miss and pick up the first down, but he comes up a little short.
Yeah, and it's great defense. It's defense understanding where the sticks are, not missing tackles, getting the guy on the ground quickly. Really nice job by the defense understanding the situation.
And the Tigers had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Let's see if this offense can answer the bell. Their coaches challenged them all week long. When they got down to the red zone, we've got to be able to run the football because we're going up against a top 10 rushing defense. Let's see if they can step up here and get it done.
And it's picked off at the goal line. That's a way to make a stand.
Really early in this game, you're seeing the ball hawks on both sides of the ball. Interception on the first drive of the game, and now they come out, and this defense gets a pick in return. There are a lot of dudes in the back end with speed and with the ability to close. What a phenomenal play by that young man just now to get the ball back to his offense.
The give to the back. Keeping it on the ground, trying to create a little space, and he was stopped in his tracks at the 3.
Well, they're trying to run the football there, just nowhere to go. They got dominated up front at the point of attack.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to pass. Makes the grab. It's Connors. He'll get it out to the 14 before going out of bounds. Sometimes it's not about a fancy play design. It's about just getting him the ball and letting him play.
Especially nowadays with running backs being so good out of the backfield. You know they're going to catch it. There's so many ways to use them, but exactly. Get it to him, let him break tackles, let him make plays. Easy decision.
Love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Going to swing it on second down. Safe completion on the screen. Has plenty for the first down, and they stop him at the 28.
And a great job by the QB finding the running back, getting the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give him a different look. Back has it. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And how about that defense in the backfield, nowhere to go right away. You could tell they were playing the run game all the way, and they got in the backfield and got the tackle for a loss.
Here comes the heat. Fires to the tight end. You know, David, this is really what game managing is. Nice pickup on second down to help them on the next play.
Yeah, and I think people look at that negative sometimes, finding a quarterback that's a game manager. No, use your brain. Set up good situations. I'm way more successful when I can keep those sticks in a more manageable situation, and I'm not as predictable on a third down.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down.
There he goes. Got enough for the first down. They get this sophomore on the ground, but he continues to make plays.
This defense really is on their heels. They've been on the field now for a long time on this drive, and they're just getting pushed around at the point of attack up front like we saw in that last play.
And the Bruins have it with a 1st and 10. Give to the running back. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
And runs like that are like body blows in a boxing match. 4, 5, 6-yard gains early turn into 20, 30, 40-yard gains later. They really wear down defenses, and they test their physicality.
They'll keep it on the ground. And game tackling on this dude is a good idea. They needed it, but he still got the first down. They won't have time to run another play, and we will take it to the 2-minute timeout. The Bruins back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. Use the play fake. Now to throw. They're working that left side. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. We thought we'd see a little wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. Snap to the back. Bring in the heat. And they are knocked down way behind the line of scrimmage as the defense declaws the Wildcat. Third and short from the 28. Let's see if this is 4-down territory or if they just pick up the first here. Unloads to the wideout. It's complete. Into the end zone. Touchdown, UCLA.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And the PAT makes it 7-0. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. They'll start this drive going to the air. Got his man. Coaches talk about running with violence, running with bad intentions. That's what that looks like as he gets it up to the 32. Back to pass on second down. Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a third down.
I think sometimes as a quarterback, when your offense is struggling, you don't have any points up on the board yet here at the end of the first half. You're just trying to take a shot to see if your guy can make a play. And that time, he thought he had the matchup he wanted, but he has just not been able to ever find a rhythm. And this defense is making it really hard on him, forcing that one to fall incomplete.
And how about this lower intestinal fortitude? 4th and 1 in your own territory, and they're going. Caught. He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a first down. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on first down. Working that left side now. Knocked out of bounds at the 46 after the good pickup on that one.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
He gets it across the 40 and out of bounds at the 38.
And a great play design here in this type of situation. Obviously trailing, you try to put something up on the scoreboard, and just using the sideline, using the boundary, getting the ball out of bounds and stopping the clock.
He's got it. He stopped at the 32-yard line. Pick up the 5 on the play, and it'll be a first down. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. Just a few seconds to go here in the first half, and they'll send out the field goal team. And very important, not only to generate power, but to find his mark. A 49-yard try from the left. It's good. Easy call for the ref. That'll bring him to within 4. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. And the Bruins will kick it off to start the second half. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Here comes that Memphis offense back onto the field. They start this third quarter one-possession game and hoping to get an early drive going.
This offense is ready, and they're ready to take the field here and see if they can get something established. They don't have to change everything and reinvent the wheel. They've had some successes in the first half, so let's get that continued here on the opening drive.
Yeah, and I love getting that break at half to go talk with my coaches and pick my offensive coordinator's brain so I know exactly what I need to do to attack this defense, and I get ball first.
Quarterback making checks. Trying play action. Fires to the big fella.
Well, it's a nice job, too, of the quarterback after the play fake there, getting his eyes down the field. He had to get that to his tight end quickly, knowing he wasn't going to have a lot of space to run with after the catch.
Ball sitting right at the 30. It'll be 3rd and short. They'll move the wide receiver. They'll go to the air. Unloads it left. There were serious revolutions on that 3rd down pass, but it's incomplete.
This is a situation here in the third quarter this offense did not want to be in, facing a top 10 defense, one of the best units in the entire country. They didn't want to get down on the scoreboard like this and all of a sudden have to throw the football when the defense knew that was going to happen. The incompletion there is not a big surprise. This defense knows what's coming, and it's all because of the points right now on the scoreboard.
UCLA will go back to work on offense. And points have been hard to come by in this one. They'll try to put together a drive. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Makes the catch. It's Connors. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. The Bruins really need to keep this drive alive on 3rd down. They'll try to get the first through the air. Time to take a shot. Makes the grab at the 30. Turning it on. Offenses gain momentum with 3rd down conversions like that. They've got it at the 25.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
Finds a little bit of room. Give him a couple down to the 23.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Oh, he drops it. That is a catch he makes 99 times out of 100, but it'll be 3rd down. We'll see if the offense can move the chains after that incompletion. On 3rd down, he drops the throw. He's got the tight end. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down. They're going to pass on the field goal. They're still looking for 6 in this situation. Off the bootleg to buy a little space. And they can't make the connection on 4th down, and they'll turn it over.
Great coverage on that 4th down play. Nice job blanketing the receiver out wide. The defense, you could tell, they knew they were going for it. They had a game plan. They get the big stop and turn it over to their offense.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on 1st down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Steps away to find some room. It's complete to the right.
And they're just trying to sneak the back out to the right side there, but great job tackling on defense against a guy who's hard to bring down once he has the ball in his hand.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Throws to the wideout. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down. Memphis will send the punt team onto the field. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Makes the catch. Wants to make a move upfield. He was able to get that ball up to the 48-yard line before he stopped on the return. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. They haven't really been able to light up this scoreboard, but putting points up would be huge here. Caught near the sidelines. Will pick up a few before going out of bounds.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on you.
So now it's 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Unloads to the wideout. Complete downfield. And a nice grab there. Big pickup down to the 35-yard line.
Really nice looking throw there. And traditionally, the best UCLA offenses are always the ones that can get it done through the air. You've got to be able to come up with explosive plays in the passing game. And if this team is going to win a conference championship, they need this guy to play at his A-plus level week in and week out.
Extending the play. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
This offense hasn't been able to generate a lot of points in this one. Here in the third quarter, you're seeing the defense and how much pride they take on being physical. It's not just stopping the run. Guys in the back end flying to the football in the air, getting hits on guys.
Sprinting away. And he'll go out of bounds, and his aerial attack just continues to carve this defense into tiny slices. And the Bruins look to keep this drive humming. Here's the give off the left side. They get him stopped, but those feet kept moving until he was down to the 5.
Sometimes in your playbook, you have run plays that are called run-it runs. You leave the play on no matter what look the defense gives you. That time the defense was blitzing, but they just kept the play on. That is an attitude-type run.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Bruins. Offense gets the job done again. You want to build that cushion as we get deeper into the second half.
Man, it makes it easy, doesn't it? You start getting up by a couple possessions, making the offense very predictable on the other side. Great job by the offense extending their lead.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point makes it 14-3. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
A pair of top 15 teams throwing haymakers today. Let's show you the very latest. Texas Tech is currently trailing right now, but it's only a couple of points. That quarterback just needs to show the poise of a young Patrick Mahomes, and they are right back in this. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to Utah. We'll keep you updated as this one goes forward, as this could shake up the Big 12 race significantly.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. The Tigers with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Here's the handoff. He's knocked down behind the line of scrimmage again, and this just hasn't been his day. Nowhere to run.
Yeah, and it's been a surprise today for this offense. Like, coming into the game, we all talked about it. We thought they'd be able to run against this defense that's been run on a lot, and this offense just can't get the running game going. Be interested to see what they do to try to change it up, but somehow, some way, they need that physical ground game.
And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. Had to get rid of it quickly. Has no choice but to throw it away, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And you got to expect this offense to go for it again here on 4th down, right? Obviously trailing, we're in the second half, but we saw them try to go for it on 4th down early. Didn't have any success. They've got to dial up a better play here.
Coverage team gets the job done, and they'll mark him down at the 38-yard line. First play of the drive comes from the 38. Looking to throw on 1st down. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They've been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy. That's why the ball falls incomplete.
Nice job by the running back, catching the football and understanding where the 1st down marker was. I got to go get that 1st down. Did a nice job of it.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Sends it back in motion. Looking to throw on 1st down. Going over the top. Snags it inside the 20. Almost took it all the way there, but it's a huge gain, and they're set up with a 1st and goal.
1st and goal, UCLA.
That's the end of the quarter, and UCLA has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Here comes the 4th. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. They'd love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. He'll keep it himself. And he is stopped, not getting close to the end zone. Line of scrimmage still at the 3.
It doesn't matter what run play you have called, if you're running it inside or outside. If the defense gets penetration, everything is done. And you saw it on that play right there. Great job.
Driving for the goal line. Loose football. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
That's what I'm talking about. Keep fighting, right? This game ain't over yet. Like, you still got an opportunity. Does it look good? No. But now, I got the ball back. Great job by the defense forcing the turnover. Now, let's see if we can go out and make this thing interesting, put some plays together, maybe get an onside kick. Who the heck knows?
Memphis has the ball back and the offense ready to go to work. Not the day they had hoped to have, but when you are a ranked team, you are going to get everyone's best shot. Now let's see if they can pull this one out. Not much to show for it. This defense has kept them bottled up all day. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Back to pass. Fires left. A strike downfield. Turns it on down the left side. Past the 20. Touchdown, Memphis. Once he got a step, it was all over, right to the house.
Man, that is as good as it gets. 99 yards. Talk about flipping the field, creating an explosive play. Momentum switch. There it is. Out of your own end zone, backed up. 99 yards to the house.
They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. And he's going to bring this one out. He stopped at the 23, a couple yards short of where he would have been with a touchback. UCLA will go back to work on offense. As it turns out, the fumble on that last drive set up the touchdown, David.
And there's no bigger stat in football than turnovers. You turn the football over, they turn it into points. Jesse, that is not a recipe for success.
Good news, though, they get another chance, right? They can make amends with this drive right here. That's all that's important. You've got to execute, and you've got to lock in.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Wants to go up top. Fires to the wideout. Finds his man. It's Thurman. And he'll move his way forward to the first down. They'll mark it at the 35.
After 35-yard run. And that's a first down for the offense.
Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Fires downfield. Got a man in the middle. This freshman quarterback is slinging.
Completions now back.